Imagine being awake, aware, and wanting to speak, but no sound comes out. Your thoughts form words perfectly in your mind, yet your voice is trapped inside. This is the heartbreaking reality for people with paralysis or locked-in syndrome who can be fully conscious but unable to move or talk. Locked-in syndrome is just like it sounds. You're fully cognizant, but locked in a body where no muscles work. For them, the dream of speaking their mind again, of saying "I love you" to family in their own voice, can feel like a distant miracle. But today, that miracle is drawing closer. Advances in neurotechnology are beginning to give a voice back to the voiceless. Scientists and engineers have long envisioned a brain-to-voice prosthesis, a system that could literally translate thoughts into spoken words. In 2025, this vision took a leap forward with a groundbreaking study in Nature Neuroscience. It demonstrated something almost magical, a device that can stream a person's attempted speech directly from their brain to a computer, converting it into audible words in real time. In other words, nearly instant thought-to-speech. In this video, we'll explore one of the most remarkable breakthroughs in neuroscience, a system that gives voice to thoughts in real time. We'll trace how this became possible, what it means for people who've lost their ability to speak, and where this journey might lead us. Because for the first time, we're not just imagining communication beyond sound. We're starting to build it. How can a machine read brain signals and turn them into a voice? The secret lies in advanced brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, and deep learning. First, a person is outfitted with an array of tiny electrodes on the surface of their brain, often a pad or grid placed on the motor cortex that controls speech, a technique called ECOG, electrocorticography. These electrodes listen in on the electrical activity that would normally direct the lips, tongue, and vocal cords to speak. When the person tries to speak, even if no sound comes out, the brain still generates telltale patterns of activity. The BCI hardware captures these neural signals and sends them to a computer. This is where AI algorithms come in. Researchers employ deep neural networks, the same kind of machine learning that powers voice assistants and language models, to decode the patterns. Essentially, the AI learns to map neural activity to words or sounds. It's a complex task. Every thought of a word is like a neural fingerprint, and the AI must learn to recognize hundreds of them from messy brain data. Modern BCIs use huge data sets and powerful models to achieve this. In fact, one recent decoder relied on a transformer AI, similar to those in ChatGPT, to translate brain activity into continuous text. Early speech BCIs showed the concept was possible. In 2019, scientists first decoded spoken sentences from brain signals of epilepsy patients using ECOG, then fed that into a vocoder to synthesize speech. That proved the brain's speech commands could be captured and turned back into a voice. By 2021, a landmark study at UCSF took it further, decoding words directly from the brain of a man who was paralyzed and unable to speak, effectively reading his mind to produce text on a screen. This was the first time complete words were decoded from the brain of someone with anarthria, inability to speak. However, those early systems were slow, on the order of one word at a time or spelling out letters. Communication was limited to around 5 to 14 words per minute, whereas natural speech is around 150 words per minute. Clearly, there was room for improvement in speed and fluidity. In a 2025 breakthrough, researchers at UC Berkeley and UCSF achieved something once thought impossible: near-instant brain-to-voice conversion. For the first time, a person fully unable to speak could generate flowing sentences with just a 1-second delay. Instead of waiting for each word, speech began to stream as she formed the thought. How? They used a streaming AI model, similar to the one behind your phone's voice assistant, to decode brain activity continuously, piece by piece, as she spoke silently. This allowed for a natural rhythm, pausing, responding, even interrupting, like real conversation. In the years to come, brain-to-voice systems could evolve into seamless neural interfaces, not just restoring voices, but expanding how we express ourselves. Imagine writing with your thoughts, speaking in any language, conversing without making a sound. We are still at the beginning, but for the first time we can hear the silence answer back. And that is only the start.